Alright, so we're working on singular and plural nouns, and I actually don't really love teaching this particular lesson because I find it can be really confusing, and the only thing I can really suggest to you is you're going to have to just sit and play around with it and memorize it. There's no logic. This is like the worst part of our English language. There's no logic to this, and some of it like almost cracks me up. So we'll do the best we can to get through it and see what happens. So what we're doing is we're taking a singular noun and we're making it plural, and there's quite a few different ways to do this. The first one is nice and easy. We just add an S, and isn't that logical? We're going to take dog, and it's going to become dogs, and we just put a simple S to it. The next one, number 2, here we go. If the noun ends in SH, CH, X, S, or Z, we're going to add ES to make it plural. And I think you've done this before. Well, I know you've done this before, so it makes sense. By now you're used to doing wish equals wishes. We're going to add the ES. That's not a big deal. Number 3. If the noun ends in O and has a vowel before it, add S. Really? Who thinks this stuff up? Not me. I'm just a messenger. Here we go. Radio is an I-O. It has a vowel before the O, so therefore we're going to add just an S to it. So it kind of comes back up to number 1. Here goes my smart board, nice and easy. Yay! Number 4. If the noun ends in O and has a consonant before it, we're going to add ES. What can I tell you? So here's tomato. It ends with a consonant before the O, and so we're going to add ES. You're just going to have to memorize it. Of course, in addition to these two, there's going to be, what? An exception. Exception. Exception for musical terms, like banjo, we're just going to add an S. Piano, we're just going to add an S. Alto, we're just going to add an S. Solo, we're just going to add an S. I don't know why. You have to memorize it. Number 5. If the noun ends in F or FE and the sound is heard, in the plural form, we're just going to add S. So, roof, chef, we're just going to add number 6. If the noun ends in F or FE and the V sound is heard, when you make it plural, we're going to change the F to a VE and add S. Who makes this stuff up? Not me. If you look, I have an upside down heart because I actually think out of all of them, this is the most ridiculous one. Because we have an F or a V sound. I don't know. But that's what we got. So we have wife becomes wives, loaf becomes loaves. There you have it. Number 7. If the noun ends in Y and there is a consonant before the Y, change the Y to I and add ES. And how many times have you heard that before? I'm sure quite a few, probably back in 3rd grade. Change the Y to I and add ES. Number 8, if a noun ends in Y and has a vowel before it, then add S. Monkey is going to become monkeys. And here is some inside scoop. Any kind of test that you're ever going to take, this example is going to be on it. The monkey to monkeys, because they're trying to trick you. But now you have inside scoop and you're not going to get tricked, you're just going to add an S, no big deal. But this one is always on every kind of test, any kind of standardized test, whatever. A little inside scoop. Don't tell anyone I told you. Number 9. When forming the plural of a compound noun, add S or ES to the important word. So we have, in this case, brother-in-law is going to become brothers-in-law. And you will wow people with this because most people don't know how to do this correctly. Most people will say brother-in-laws to make it plural, but that's actually incorrect. This is the correct way, so go you. Secretary of State becomes secretaries of state. So what we're doing is we're making the important word the plural. It makes sense when you think about it, but most people don't know that. Now you do. Okay, number 10. If making a symbol or letter plural, we're going to add apostrophe S. So, for example, how'd you do on your report card? I did great, Mom. I got all A's, right? Made it plural, so I'm going to add an apostrophe S to my wonderful A's on my report card. And the same thing with numbers. We're just going to add an apostrophe S. That's actually pretty easy. That one's not too bad at all. I'm going to save number 11 for another video. Thanks.